So today is March 27th and Rosemarie is out of wood too. Dry wood, that is. So, you know what that means. Are you gonna follow me everywhere? Hmm? Oh, I think the birds found a home in my truck. For those that saw the last video, the bird is no longer there. So I think that means it survived. There's one sitting up here. I wonder if that's the same one because it's not like able to fly away. I don't know. By the way, if you ever buy foam knee pads for like these work pants with these foam knee pad pocket things, and you put them in through the bottom, but if the hole is too small, you can just cut them and make them wider, because I was really struggling to get these in because they're too wide, because they're made for tough duck pants and these are Carhartt, so you have to make them wider. Anyways, so hopefully you can see why it's easy to get stuck in this driveway. Pretty narrow. I tried to make it wide where I could, but there's only so much room, because even when the snow's melted, there's like dirt sides to it, and trees and whatever, so. Found another one. We're gonna try to pull it all the way out.
Here we go. BC logging. There we go, folks. Lost in the caribou.
Boom. So all the wood is unloaded now. So Rosemarie's got a lot of wood now, so, and I just ate. Now I'm going to do some maintenance on the chainsaw, because in the past I've like always neglected to do maintenance, but I think it's good to just do a little quick, you just clean out the rakers, or not the raker, the raceway of the bar, and just check if there's any gunk inside where the chain spins on the flywheel thingy. That way it's running clean all the time, and you're not gonna get a lot of wear inside the bar, and it'll last longer and spend less money on replacing chains and bars and whatever. So on this one, the tool comes in the sheath for the blade, but some of them it's like under it, and then some of them it's just separate. You just need another little container thing for it. So yeah, I'm just gonna take this thing off, and to do that we loosen these. Of course, hard to do with one hand. Once they're loose enough, you can just kind of hand twist them out. The whole thing comes off like that, and you can see all the gunk in there. So it's good to clean this so that when the teeth are coming through, they're not getting hit by this, and then it also uses less gas because there's less resistance and all that good stuff. I'm also just going to remove the bar, and to do that you just push inwards towards the flywheel. You lift it up a bit, and there you go. I just scrape a little bit out of this one as well. There, and so now it's like a little bit cleaner. Should be less gunk in the way. Now I'll take the chain off of this carefully, making sure not to tangle it. Very important step, so you don't have to spend an hour trying to get the chain normal again. So what I'll do is I'll lift it from here, and while it's hanging, I'll use my other hand to just take this off carefully, kind of grabbing it like that, and I'll put it aside. Alright, and then what I do is I look in the raceway here, and I try to just see if there's any gunk. uh, which can wear out the chain and wreck your fuel economy on the chainsaw. So honestly, there might be like a tool for this for cleaning it out. And I'm just gonna use like a utility knife. Flip it this way, and then I just put it inside and like so, and I just run it through. And there we go. It's pretty decently clean now. Well, that's kind of from what was in there. And you want to be careful to make sure you clean it periodically. Because, yeah, if it's stuck in there, it can gum up, and it can even, if there's sap in there, it can harden, and it'll just, yeah, it'll just mess everything up. So, but the key is to do it frequently, but you don't have to, like, stress about being perfect with it. You just kind of just do it loosely, maybe after every heavy use, like, or just after every, I mean, if you're just doing a tiny bit, maybe don't bother. But yeah, I guess it depends. Because I was cutting up 2 trees. I bucked up 2 whole trees. To me, that warrants enough to clean it. And so, yeah, I don't know. If you clean it frequently enough, then you shouldn't need to do a large, major clean. And you don't really want to do that anyways, because in between those cleans, your saw and all the components of it are just kind of suffering and won't last very long. So it's a good idea to just clean it frequently, imperfectly, but you do it all the time. It'll be a lot better for the saw than waiting a really long time and maybe even needing to buy a new chain or a new bar, because it might, maybe if you're not sharpening your chain too, maybe the bar might overheat and then it'll warp, and then it'll warp the chain too, and then it just won't roll right, and maybe even not roll at all. It'll just get stuck, and then you're looking at spending another $100 and something, every time. So it's good to keep up with the maintenance on it. So I'm gonna put it back together, and then I'm gonna just give it a quick sharpen. It's already decently sharp, but I'll just do maybe 1 or 2 strokes on each tooth, and one on the rakers. And to put it back, we just do the reverse order. So I'll hold it up like this, and I'll hold the chain like that, and I'll just place it on top, make sure it fits in there nice, and then I'll push it up here. I'll make sure the chain sits into here and into here nicely, and then I'll place this down and pull it and seat it on there, and then we'll put this cover back on. Also forgot to mention, when you put the chain on, you'll have to loosen the bar tensioner, this little screw thing, before you can place it on, because it'll be too tight. And then you can get it on the little hole, you sit it on there, then you put this back on, and then you retighten it, essentially. And you can only tighten it if these are loose. If these are too tight, this won't do anything. I usually do it until it's like about that tight. You pull it out, it's like that. I don't know. I'm honestly so confused when I ask different people. Every single person literally says a different answer on how tight it should be. So I think it really depends on what you're using the saw for. So I think it's situational based, which I am not knowledgeable about when you want it loose or when you want it stiff. So I just kind of go in between, kind of loose, kind of stiff. I don't know. Oh, I forgot though, since I'm sharpening it, you actually want it really tight, because when you sharpen it, you don't want these to move, because it'll mess up your alignment with your strokes. So I'm just gonna make it really stiff right now. Oh, but then yeah, you also don't want to do it too tight, because then you can't even spin the chain to get all the teeth. So yeah, literally, like, there's a balance and everything with this thing. And then when I'm sharpening, to make sure I don't sharpen the same teeth twice and they're uneven, I mark one tooth with a permanent marker, and then when I come back to it, like at the beginning, I'll sharpen this one, and when I come back, I know I sharpened it already, so I'm good to go. And you can see the angle, I usually do all the teeth that are going this way first. I skip one, and then I go the other way. Maybe what I should do is just do both of them, because that's a little quicker. Actually, I'm just gonna try that this time. And then when I move the teeth, because I made it pretty tight, what I do is I take the file and I just push it back like that, so that I don't use my fingers and push super hard and accidentally slip and just slice my finger open. I find that to be a little bit safer with this. And so yeah, when I'm sharpening, I lock it, the brake, and then I'll just show you here. So, well, they have this little thing that shows you the direction that you want to sharpen it. So you want to align your file with that, and then you just push through like that. I'm not going to put actual force because I need 2 hands to do this, but that's essentially, and you kind of want to twist it as you go, because then you use the whole kind of material of the file. And yeah, all right, that's that. They all feel pretty sharp now. And yeah, you'll know if it's sharp if you just feel it, and you can feel it grabbing your skin, and you know it's sharp. Some people go visually, like they look close and they're like, okay, if I don't see a light shining back at me, then I know it's sharp because I can't see the edge. And if you can't see the edge, that means it's sharp. Like an X-Acto knife. Yeah, they all feel pretty sharp. Also, note that if you do accidentally hit the dirt while you're using a chainsaw, you will have to resharpen, even if you just hit it for like a microsecond, because that microsecond, every single tooth in the chain has touched the dirt, because the thing spins super fast. So, and once it hits the dirt, it dulls the chain instantly, unfortunately. So try your best to like figure out some sort of technique so that you never hit the dirt. So if you're cutting a log on the ground, cut maybe like 70% of the way through it. You do all your, you mark it all. You do all your 70% cuts, and then you flip the log over, and then you do an undercut up, and that way you never hit the dirt. If there's dirt on the log, then either clean it off as best you can, or just face that you're going to have to sharpen it anyways. Actually, you're going to have to sharpen it anyways, even if there's a little bit on there. It doesn't hurt even just to like sharpen your chain after you're done using it, like just one sweep on every tooth, just one, and that it doesn't take very long. It's only like a couple minutes, just to make sure it's good, and you just feel it, make sure it's sharp still, and yeah. But yeah, so I just sharpen the teeth, but you want to make sure that you also file down these are called rakers, and you want to make sure it's always lower than the tooth. Mine is, but you always want to make sure you rake it at least once every time so that it always stays lower. And basically what that does is it stops the chainsaw from like pulling out of your hand when you're cutting. Some people believe in filing this thing down until it doesn't exist anymore. But yeah, I guess if you do that, then using this thing is going to be a real workout every single time, because you're going to have to like resist the pulling force of the teeth. It'll be kind of like you're pushing back really hard, like for however long you're using it, and that can get pretty fatiguing. But if you want to build muscle, hey, maybe that's an option. I don't know. But I've also never tried that. I'm just taking other people's words for it. Maybe it's not even that bad of a workout. Maybe you're strong enough and you can do it. I don't know. It's just like, oh, it's just like if they design that into the chain, the engineers, like, hopefully they, have a good reason for that, right? So I don't know. I'm just gonna like keep it and see how it goes. And yeah, let me know how you guys sharpen your chainsaws. If you like the rakers non-existent, or like maybe there but really low, or close kind of to the blade like this. And yeah, I think that marks the end of this video because it'll be Sabbath pretty soon here. And so Sabbath I usually chill out and I just pretty much study and play music, study the Bible and Spirit of Prophecy, Ellen White's writings. And I like going on nature walks to enjoy nature and just keep my eyes open for object lessons that the Lord wants to show me. But there's just so much snow everywhere, so I'm restricted to just the driveway, and so oftentimes I just stick to studying and learning guitar and other little kind of nice creative things that I can use to worship God with. And so yeah, I hope you guys like the video. It's maybe a shorter one, and because I actually didn't plan on filming anything today. I was just like, oh, I'm getting wood, so maybe I should film something. Yeah, let me know what kind of stuff you'd like to see around this video. Like if you've seen anything in the video, like, oh, what's that about? Feel free to ask me about it in the comments, and maybe I'll make a video about it or include it in a video. So God bless you guys, and hope you have a blessed Sabbath as well. If you're no, because this will be, by the time you see this, it will not be Sabbath anymore. Well, if you're watching this video and it's Sabbath, then happy Sabbath. God bless you guys.